And we are back for another round of Trinity competitive racing, and we are here for the Brazilian Grand Prix, and we are a good majority through the season, as I had a little technical difficulty starting up the stream, so that's why it's a couple minutes late, but it's okay. We are here at International Carlos Pache International Circuit. It's also a park, but we are here for the Brazilian Grand Prix, the third annual running. Remember, the first ever Trinity competitive racing event was held at this circuit in Season 1. This is where they debuted, and the man who took pole position in Season 1 was John Dog, believe it or not. He's running the Force India today. He had a good running in the PSR race earlier today, but now he's running the Force India. A one-off opportunity for him. There's yellow in Sector 1. Let's check who that is. That is the Toro Rosso of Truth. He's not sure what's been up with Truth. I haven't really seen him on PSN that much, and getting a little disappointment for him to spin during qualifying, but looks like Destiny holds the fastest lap time. Let me just turn on the detail quickly. Currently fitted, leader, there you go. Talent's at the fastest time. He is around 900th of a second faster than Destiny. So he uses that to his advantage, and now he takes pole position. So we do have 6.5 minutes remaining, and Talon is the one to stand on top so far today. However, we do have a couple minutes left. Now, Camden Lucas, it's a time, and that is 0.05 of a second faster. So the top three divided by within 1/10 of each other. Something very impressive. I thought it'd be, a lot more spread out, but today it's going to be very close to Z times. Range within a second to two of each other. And let me put the link in the TCR chat, and we'll be going first. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, so we look back to the grid. Something I did notice, MotorSteady did put a time in. He is 0.2 off the pace. Gone down to the rest of the grid. The man who has been actually dominating this championship this year, he is all the way down in 5th place, 0.3 off the pace of Camden Luca. And again, I think he's testing his new wheel. That's what I heard. Let's see, is he? Yeah, it looks like he's testing his new wheel. Other than that, I mean, you can see the wheel movement is very, very steady. On the games, he can definitely tell you he could be using a wheel. I don't think he could be, but then again, I know he has such a big lead in this championship, they may just want to try and test the wheel. He did tell me that earlier today. But again, Camden Luca does have pole position by 0.05 of a second. Down in 3rd place is Destiny, 1/10 off the pace of our race leader, Camden Luca. Down in 4th place is Motor City, he is 0.2 off. 5th place is 0.3 behind is Seafreeze. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th are all within half a second to almost 1.5 seconds off the pace. There are a couple drivers that did not set times yet today. That is NR Blaster, Brandon B. Good Fever, Cam, Truth is Clutch, and Ishne. Neither of them have set times yet today, but all except Cam and Truth are in the pits. But other than that, everyone else is out on track trying to set lap times. So again, 10 drivers set times. The other 5 did not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm bad at counting. Don't judge, okay? Yeah, it looks to be very, very competitive towards the top again. That is divided by around 0.05 of a second. And I do believe that pole position will get transferred through the final minutes of qualifying, however. So we have to wait and see if anything will change. Looks like a couple cars taking advantage of the free space out on track. It looks like Ishne still running a good lap out there. I see a couple drivers like CDMC. He exited the pits, and he is going for one final run in today's qualifying session. Going down to the rest of the grid, there's NR, Blaster, Brennan. A couple guys left out on track. I see a couple others exiting the pits as well, just like Be Good Fever. He's actually been out on track, but he's had a time for 2nd place, by the way. So, I mean, hold on a second. I just noticed this. Be Good Fever set a time identical to a 109.845. An identical time. However, he has to be second because Camden Luca set that lap time before he did. The official ruling in open wheel racing of FIA or F1 is that in order, if you have the same exact time, you need to set that time first before anyone else does that got the same time as you. So that is why Camden Luca has pole position. However, it'd be a fantastic thing if these two were able to qualify 1-2. I don't think they'll be able to. But again, the scenes that it is, both of them sharing the same exact time, a 109.854, with less than 3 minutes remaining. So again, something that shocked me. I thought, I didn't think that could happen. But we head to the final couple of minutes in today's session. And looks like he's either going for one more lap or he's coming in the pits. Looks like he's coming in the pits. Looks like Camden is staying out unless he goes out within the next couple of seconds. He'll not be getting a good time out there, meaning these two will share a race or a qualifying time. But for right now, Camden Luca, never mind. NR goes across the line to steal pole position. What a scene it would have been for Camden Luca and Be Good Fever if they shared the front row at the same exact time. That would have been something as well. But we come to the final couple minutes of qualifying. Looks like NR is retired from the session. Looks like he ran out of fuel as well. Camden Luca, Be Good Fever, This Talent, Destiny, Motor City, Seafree, CDMC, MRX, Ishne, The Craze, John Dog, Mr. Sensation, or Carl, Blaster Brennan, Cam, and Truth. And it looks like neither of them are setting times. I mean, yes, both of them are out on the circuit, but Blaster Brennan looks like he is exiting the pits. That's a Ferrari. It has to be Blaster Brennan. I'm not sure if he's going to have enough time, though. I mean, he may have enough time. If he gets a fantastic exit off the pits, he may have just enough time to snatch a pole position through there. Speaking of that, Talon could not get pole position. We get 7/10 close to NR. He gets the front row, the second spot on the front row. So, that should be good for him. He'll be on the front row as well. Going through the rest of the grid. Hold on a second, I heard a noise. I'll be right back. Hello? No. Oh, scared me. Yeah, I heard you. No, it's bad. Yeah. I should be done in less than an hour, so I'll be done. Okay, sorry for that interruption. So we are back. And going through the rest of the grid, we have around 30 seconds left in the session. Seafree is able to put a time up into third position. He is, never mind, has retired from this session as well. Does Cam after setting a time in 8th place. Pulls off to the side. A couple other drivers, Craze coming in. MRX is on his final run. So, as time counts down, qualifying should be over. Talon is still on the racetrack. He's going for one final run to try and steal a pole position. I don't think it's going to be likely. I think this is his third lap on those tires as well. And there's a chance he could run out of fuel because these drivers do lower the fuel mix so they have a lighter car so they go faster. But we have a couple minutes remaining for these drivers just to finish their laps. And speak of those drivers, it's just really Blaster, Brennan, Truth, and they're holding each other up in dirty air. So really, it's just down to Talon. And other than that, these two going through the fast left-hander. Now we head to another left-hander. However, a tight braking here. Got to hit the apex, run up to the line. He'll go over to the right side of the track. Left, right, left, right. But we're going to go back to the right side of the track. He's going to have the slipstream of Truth. Let's see if Brennan can improve. Across the line. And Blaster Brennan will move up to 8th place due to the help from Truth in his slipstream. But Truth did not even set a good enough time to pass anyone. So that will end out qualifying. You see on our screen, Blaster Brennan will qualify in 8th place. So here are the results. NR, Talon, Seafreeze, Be Good Fever, Camden Luca, and Be Good Fever both sharing the time. Wait, hold on. I don't get why they put Be Good Fever ahead, because Camden set the time first. We go down through the rest of the grid. There's Ishne, Blaster Brennan, Motor City, Cam, MRX, CDMC, The Craze, John Dog, Mr. Sensation, and Truth. That rounds out the grid for today's Brazilian Grand Prix. So again, if you have any questions, pop them down below. If you have any questions for me, I have a Twitter. It is at Alan Cavey. You can also comment on the stream, like I said. I have an Instagram. It's at Alan Cavey, or Snapchat, again, at Alan Cavey. And that's ALANCAVY. And we are moments away, as there's not a cloud in the sky as the sun sets over the Brazilian Grand Prix in Sao Paulo, or Circuit Jose Carlos Pache, again, for the Season 3 Brazilian Grand Prix. If anyone didn't know this history of this track, it was the debut race for Trinity Competitive Racing last year for their first ever event, and John Dog 2010 was able to grab the pole position, the first ever one in TCR. Now we're here for the third running of it on F1 2017, so buckle your seatbelts, grab the popcorn, and we'll get ready for the Brazilian Grand Prix. As we go for the formation lap, you can see a Mercedes parked off to the side. Little glitch here. Someone should be disqualified for that. I think that's Camden. Is that Camden? I think it has to be. So again, we'll go through the grid very quickly, starting on the very front row, setting a phenomenal time in qualifying. NR in the Ferrari, he's on pole position. Alongside him in the first row is Talon. In the second row is Seafreeze and Beacon Fever. In the third row is Camden Luke, even though Cam should be fourth place because he set the time before Begood did. Then there's Camden. After that, in the fourth row, third row of Camden, Luca, and Destiny. And after that, you have in the fourth row, Ishne, Blaster, Brennan. In the fifth row, you have Motor City and Cam. And the next row, which is row number 6, you have MRX and CDMC. And row number 7, you have the Craze and John Dog. And in the final row, rounding out today's Brazilian Grand Prix, is Carl or Mr. Sensation, and Truth is Clutch. So that will do it from the formation lap. We have 36 laps in store for today, as I am really, really excited for this one. I need to send the link to one of the chat. We should be good. There we go. Let's pull up the couple facts about this track, and yeah, should be good. Okay. So before this race starts, we'll present you with some track facts. This track is going to be 4.3 kilometers long, or 2.6 miles long. It has 15 corners, and the race or lap record is a 1:11.4, held by none other than Juan Pablo Montoya, the Williams back in 2004, the FW26, one of the fastest cars ever in F1. I know 2004 had the fastest cars ever, or this year, either one, however you consider it. But we are headed for the 5 red lights for another round of Trinity Competitive Racing, season number 3 of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Looks to be lights out and away we go. Be Good Fever jumped the start, but lights out and away we go. And it looks to be a fantastic start for NR. Position shifting in the back. There's a spin already. Huge carnage in the background with the 2 Mercedes and a Toro Rosso. And the rest of the field, NR pulls away. I can see double file in the background with Seafreeze and Destiny. Like we said, Be Good Fever, he had a jump start. The guy in the other, Haas, he's about to get passed by the Red Bull down to the inside. There goes Ishne. And he'll grab the inside, but no, they make contact, and Ishne spins hard into the inside wall, or outside wall. And neither of them are out of the race, but that was heavy, heavy contact. It looked like Ishne just turned right in front of the Haas driver, and now both of them are back in the 15th and 16th positions. So right now, the Ferrari is holding the lead comfortably by 1.5 seconds. Back in second is Talon, third is Seafreeze, fourth is Destiny, fifth is Blaster Brennan, sixth is Cam, seventh is CDMC, eighth is MRX, ninth is John, 10th is Camden, 11th Craze, 12th is Sensation, 13th Truth, 14th Motor City, 15th Ishine, 16th is Be Good Fever. So that will end out the first lap of this year's Brazilian Grand Prix. And, well, that was a very interesting one with none other than Ishine and Be Good Fever making contact. And it wasn't too much for Be Good Fever. I mean, he already had a drive-through penalty anyway. Stop. Something had made a stop. There you go. It looks like Ishine and Truth are into the pits. Looks like Be Good Fever will come into the pits as well. He has no front wing either. So it looks like Ishine's in the pits, so I'll obviously fix that front wing. I know Ishine, he must be furious. And something I feel bad for is I heard that this is one of, Ishine's good tracks, and that the thing with Ishine, from what Seafreeze tells me, is that he doesn't really practice, he just practices in one track and saves his whole entire one race in one track, and that was one of those tracks today, so, not the best result for Ishine, unless we have a safety car. That could be that, but lap 2 is already about to be finished, and it looks like NR has more than a 2-second gap, so he's really working it up on everyone else, and again, showing who's the boss today. NR, if nothing goes wrong, if there's no safety cars or anything, NR will be the one to prevail, but back in second is Talon. It looks like there's yellow in sector number 3. I have no clue what that is, but we will keep on going. Position back changing between the Sauber of Cam and CDMC. Cam goes up through the inside. He'll be finally back into the top 6. So single file down the straight, yellow in sector 2 once again. Hold on, it's legit this time. That is Mr. Sensation going for a light spin, a little gust of wind. And hold on, round goes Truth is clutch. Perfect timing, as you can see the cars in the background. Truth went for a little synchronized spinning, as, I guess you can say, had a little grass on his tires. We can just cover that up and say it was a gust of wind. But going down through the rest of the grid, there's Talon, Seafreeze, Blaster, Brennan, Destiny, Cam, CDMC, MRX, John. Another spin in sector 2 and sector number 3. And I wonder who that be. Oh, I saw a car cutting the circuit. That is Truth is clutch, if I'm correct. Yeah, little problem. Oh, there's a car coming. Come on, Truth. Move out of the way. Move out of the way, Truth. Oh, it's Carl. Take a while to get there. Oh, never mind. We missed something. There's a crazy spun. The crazy spun, and he is out. Motor City has just joined. So, 4 laps through, 2.7, almost 2.8 seconds ahead is NR. Back in second is Talon. Looks like the crazy's pitting, but Seafreeze third, Blaster running fourth. It looks like he ran wide off the circuit, and it looks like he'll be pressured from Destiny to try and either hang on or get past. So, lap 4 holding its own place. And it looks to be Ferrari's having a fantastic day so far. Looks like the Craze will get passed by Ishine as well, who spun on the opening lap. But again, like I mentioned, NR is still leading. Ferrari running first and fourth. They kind of wish they did this in real life, because they don't do that much anymore, to be completely honest. They don't do that much. So, really, Ferrari in a good situation to be in. And again, something they're really excited about, with NR leading the way by almost 3.5 seconds. Back in third place, like we said, is Seafreeze. He's making a gap between not only himself, but a car in front of him as well. So really, everyone just spacing out now. But I almost saw a pass. They're a position right here. Looks like the Renault ran very wide. CDMC. What's going on? We'll take an onboard view with MRX. Down the straight, third turn, number 3. DRS is available. Let's see if he can either dive down to the inside. A lot of lag from CDMC. He'll go very cautious in this corner. And actually, he'll run wide a little bit. But MRX backing off from CDMC. Just did not want any lag or damage there. But right now, 5 laps through. And it looks to be we have 32 laps to go. If I'm doing my math correctly. Headed uphill, that gap is already almost 4.5 seconds. While Seafreeze has finally found to third. So really, if a safety car does come out and not chase down NR. Hold on a second. My mic was just cutting out there for a second. So looks like NR goes to the fastest lap time, as John will be able to get by MRX as he pits. So the first pit stop of the day for MRX. Let's see what tires they'll be putting on. The Craze will get a 3-second time penalty for just warnings. Ken and Luca back in 9th place. Hold on, position changing between Cam and Blaster Brennan. Not Blaster Brennan. Cam and it looks like Destiny. There we go, wheel to wheel. But backs out is Destiny. He didn't want the same situation as Ishine was on the very first lap. So looks to be 6 laps through. We have 31 to go. And click an onboard view with Destiny. And now it is going to be a 3-car battle And if these guys keep it up, it'll be a 4-car battle. It'll reel in CDMC as well. But the only car that hits the apex is Destiny. Both run wide in front. So we're headed to lap number 7, as it looks like MRX will get by Motor City, who, if you remember, MRX just pitted, but up the straight, DRS should be available for not only Cam, but Destiny as well. Motor City keeps joining and disconnecting, but down the straight, actually, DRS is available. We'll take an onboard view with Cam. He's reeled in. Blaster Brennan, he's going to dive it down to the inside in turn number 1. Let's see if it's going to pay off down to the inside. Hill on the outside in turn number 2, but in turn number 3, transfers back over. Looks like Brennan is going to run wide. He's going to try and hold off Destiny at the same time. Down the straight, DRS available. One pass is just made, and now Blaster Brennan is in a situation to try and hang on again, but he runs very wide. He's got to give him multiple positions. So, Blaster Brennan running wide. He's off in the gravel, or in the sand trap, I mean. Camden Luca for sure is going to get that position. Maybe, actually, can he battle with them? Wheel to wheel, Camden Luca's going to get by. Or you can see a lot of sand and gravel still on those tires. You have to take it very easy in this corner. He pauses the game just to be safe. So going through the grid, they got very, very close to each other. Taking on board, not right. I'm not gonna do on board. So Cam and Destiny, now that they don't have the laggard of Brennan in front of them, as you could have told by the video, now these two could be battling each other if Destiny was faster than Cam. But down the straight, that gap is around 8, 9 tenths, almost a full second. 8 laps through this Grand Prix. And to answer your question, Jason Coyle, what is this league? This league is Trinity Competitive Racing on PS4. There's a penalty for John Dog, but yes, this league is mainly American, or North American. I mean, North or South American, just depends, because it usually runs later on at night. But this is Trinity Competitive Racing. You can contact the man Seafreeze22, right here, the one I'm spectating right now. This is a league owner, Seafreeze22. You can message him if you want to join. So yeah, we'll get back to the race. So I'm going to keep looking at CDMC, because that gap between CDMC and Destiny is smaller than the one between Destiny and Cam. So really, if that's the case, then you could really see a battle within the next couple of laps between CDMC and Destiny. So as we approach lap number 9, looks to be CDMC is itching to get inside the top 5. And he's going to be a little patient about this one, because really in racing, I really feel like the key in racing is to be patient. If you know there's a place you cannot get by, then just wait. It looks like Seafreeze is in the pits. We're just talking about him. He's going to be putting on a floating tire. That is not new, but it's interesting to see. Seafreeze will be putting on the soft tires. And he will be away, and he is the first person to pit inside the top 5. So, again, little news for us. I didn't think he'd be pitting as well, but a lot of lag from Seafreeze. Taking on-board view with Seafreeze right about now. And, again, chasing down Camden Luca, who is in front of him in 7th place. In the Silver Arrow. Hold on. Looks like CDMC got by Destiny when we were talking about Seafreeze in the pit stop. So looks to be he is now inside the top 4 due to Seafreeze pitting as well. So he's inside the top 4. Now he's going to try and chase down Cam, but it looks like Seafreeze got by Camden Luca. So he got that position to the better of him. We're about to head to lap number 10. There you go, NR passes the line. That gap between first and second is around 6.5 seconds. And really putting no challenge for NR unless we have a safety car, then that'll change everything. But like I said, NR holding 6.5 seconds against his own good against Talon. Talon, a longtime veteran of TCR. I don't think he's ever won. And I never thought he would have, gotten on the front row, gotten pole position ever. I didn't think he did. But today he got his first, I believe, one of his first front row starts of the season. And again, something to look forward to. A good starting position could translate into a good race. And for him, it's been pretty good. He is in 2nd place. And right now, I mean, he's stabilizing himself in a good chance of a podium finishing position today. So, definitely looking forward to that. But Now, leading the way, it's all the way up to 7 full seconds, is NR. I wonder when these guys will be pitting. Taking on board with NR. When do you think he will pit? Looks to be this time by. I just jinxed him there. So NR is going to be the first one of the first few drivers to be pitting besides Seafreeze. So he's into the pits. Let's see what tire he'll be putting on for the race lead. And thank you to the recent comment. Thank you. So the number 83 of NR will roll out of the pits on the soft compound. So 11 laps through, he'll fall all the way down to maybe even 6th place. Is it 6? Yes, it is. John Dog will get the best of. Hold on, will he actually get it? It's going to be close, but no, John Dog loops around turn number 3. He'll easily get by P5. However, Seafreeze coming close to NR, staying to the inside, hoping to get some slipstream, but then realizes NR is a couple seconds down the road, so there's no shot of that. So 11 laps in, Talon takes over the race lead for the first time today, believe it or not. So Talon, I mean, he, again, like we said, I am a former racer of TSR as well. I raced back in Season 1. I did a couple races with Williams as teammates with Mark at Williams, and in Season 2, I partnered NR. Yeah, I partnered NR and McLaren. I think that was the season that he won the championship as well. I was more of a second driver, if anyone's curious. So really, I do have some ties to the league, and I battle with Talon a lot. I know how aggressive he is. So I thought he had set a couple laps longer to do the overcut, because knowing him, there's really nothing he can lose. There's a good gap between him and the car behind. So I would have just stayed a couple more laps, but CDMC, his teammate, takes over the race lead. So Renault will still be leading this thing, but it will transfer from the number 1 to the number 2 driver. This time it'll go down to CDMC. A couple drivers getting positions like Destiny and NR. And right now, speaking about NR, will take an onboard view down the straight. DR's against Destiny. Destiny will pull off to the side. He'll let him by. So 12 laps in out of 36. Your race leader, CDMC. Things will change in the next couple of laps. When will CDMC pit? We will see. So going through the rest of the grid, I know I say that too much, but I like to recap everyone and how their race is doing, because it's not just the leader, and it's not just about the battles, it's about everyone else on the racetrack. So, going through the race, oh, hold on, John ran wide. Missy Apex taking onboard view with Seafreeze. Let's see if he can get the best of John, maybe around the outside. Can this be a pass around the outside? John lets him go. An easy pass, it looked like, for Seafreeze, but a lot behind that cockpit goes on, and a lot went on for Seafreeze there to grab that position. So he's up into the top 4 right now, working his way back up against NR. But again, NR holding second place. It is, I do consider it the race lead. But again, it says it's around a minute. Oh, never mind, 2.5 seconds. But NR, the fastest lap time. Remember the beginning of the race, NR was on the super soft tires. Now he's on the harder compound, and NR was able to get the fastest time on the circuit. So NR holds it by 2 seconds flat. It's diminishing, however. Seafreeze is reeling him in. And 2 seconds flat, I mean, of CDMC and NR. But like I said, I was looking back with this time. I thought it was around 5.4. Now it's down. Well, went from 5.2 to 5.1. Now it's like just bouncing around. So I'd like to see that Seafreeze and NR really around the same pace of each other. But again, if you ride on board with NR, he is reeling in CDMC ever so slightly. A little bit of a warning for CDMC to really just, knock on the window or nudge him and be like, hey, you gotta pit, or else, it's not gonna work out for you. So again, we're almost, I wouldn't say we're almost halfway through. If it was out of 26, it'd be halfway through, but down the straight, CDMC, right in front of us. He should be putting in this or next lap. Maybe this lap. Hopefully not. Nope, he's going to stay out. Down the straight, NR, what is he going to do? He's going to take over the race lead down to the inside in lap number 14. He may easily get the position. He does. A little lockup, but he grabs a position. He grabs a race lead back through turns 2 and 3. NR will finally take back the race lead. And it looks to be NR has a clear playing field right in front of him. And the gap between, looks to be NR and Seafreeze, that is around 6.5 seconds, if I'm correct. MRX gets by Destiny, his race teammate. Now he's going to dive it back down to the inside. Destiny, can he do it? Through turns 2 and 3. He may try the outside in 3. Let's see if he can be able to do it. I don't think he will, but off turn 3, DRS will be available. Down the straight, if he can reel him in just enough, maybe he can dive it to the inside. I don't think he'll be able to. So Destiny right now trying to stay behind his teammate MRX, and those two almost came to a little scuffle there. But down the straight, both battling each other. If they keep it up, John Dog not only is going to reel them in, I mean, he's going to reel them in, but after that pass he did with Carl, those two teammates. But Destiny's going to find a nose right to the inside and may backbeat to the outside. May try the switchback and dive it down to the inside. It'll go back down to the outside through the swooping left-hander, but easily clears MRX, and now back into the 6th position where he belongs. Finally got by MRX. So NR is leading the way 15 laps through. CDMC 2nd, 3rd is Seafreeze, 4th is going to be Talon, 5th is Cam. So again, a lot of stuff going on for these drivers, and again, I keep pointing out, let's actually, hold on a second, I want to see who's made a pit stop. So everyone but CDMC and Carl have not pitted, and never mind, I just jinxed Carl, because he is into the pits very slowly. I didn't think he wanted a penalty there. Truth is into the pits as well. Not battling anyone, so not really gonna be a factor. But right on board with CDMC. He has not pitted yet today. However, he's looking to change up the next 2 laps. Yellow in Sector 1, that is Truth. Losing, what happened here? He is missing a left front tire. Fantastic view of this one. So Truth is out of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Right in front of our race leader. Swings wide to avoid him. CDMC also pits just in case if a VSC or a safety car comes out. Seafreeze barely missed Truth, by the way. That's sort of a hazard. Okay, now he's gone, so that's good. Cam has found himself into the 4th position. I point that out because he's been running outside of that position for the entirety of this Grand Prix. CDMC will exit the pit, so go back out there in 5th. So it looks to be Talon is in 3rd, and down in 5th is CDMC. Now it really looks like Renault is going to have a fantastic day. I ran out of breath there for a second, don't know how. So leading the way 16 laps through is NR once again, showing everyone else why he is a TCR champion. He's done a lot of work to get where he is today, driving with Ferrari. And again, he's the only one really to challenge Seafreeze inside this championship. I'm going to try and get Truth in the party. I'm going to see if he can give us a little interview. Okay, we're back. I just invited him. He should join us in the next minute or so. Hopefully he does. If not, then I have nothing to talk about. It's okay. Going through the rest of the grid, we'll remove the stop detail. There you go. But leading the way by looks to be 9 seconds is Seafreeze against NR. 3rd place is going to be Talon. He's 4 seconds off the pace of Seafreeze. However, the gap is slowly closing in. Back in 4th place is Cam. 5.5 seconds, a little bit more than that. 5th place is CDMC, almost 8 full seconds behind Cam. In 6th place is Destiny, around 2 seconds, a little more than that. 7th is MRX, 2.5 seconds. 8th is Blaster Brennan. 9th is John. 10th is Craze. 11th is Ishine. 12th is Camden. 13th Motor City. 14th Be Good Fever. 15th Mysticism. And 16th Truth is Clutch. So NR holding his own pace against the rest of the field. Almost 10 full seconds against Seafreeze. There you go, 10 seconds. And slowly but surely, NR putting up a double-digit gap against Seafreeze, who is leading this championship by around, not by a very small margin of 40 points. Not much. Not much to hold against in this championship. Seafreeze not really trying anymore. He said he really... I talked to him in an interview yesterday, and he said... I've won, I wouldn't say I won too many races, but I've really, let's say, scored on the podium many races to the point where I'm 40 points ahead in this championship, and I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun battling people. And then he also told me in quotation marks before that. But he also told me that one day he could commentate a race with me, and we could see someone else in that Red Bull car just for one day, or, one race. There's a chance that could happen, and that is when he's, clinches the championship. So, again, that'd be something nice to see, something nice to have, like a co-commentator. See if he's a league owner as well, if anyone did not know that, but we could be coming across the line for lap number 20, or no, 19, I mean, because NR already crossed the line. About 19 laps through, we are more than halfway gone in this Grand Prix. Hold on, what just happened? A lot of lag. Sorry if I'm sounding down, but again, a glitch just happened in the game. Saw a lot of glitches earlier today, actually, when doing a PSR race. There's a pit lane glitch as well, a couple other people. But other than another glitch. Okay. Yeah, you can see there's another glitch with the race leader where it says he's losing position, but he's leading right now. But onboard view, NR gets by Carl. Lapped car, by the way. He'll be coming to lap number 20 this time. Carl, however, will be coming to lap number... it doesn't say on the screen. But NR coming down the straight. We'll see actually if he's a lap down or not. Yeah, he's a lap down. So across the straight, lap number 20 out of 36. More than halfway through this Grand Prix. More than halfway gone. And NR has put up a fantastic fight against everyone else. So much that he has been given no challenge or battle at all. And that is something NR likes to see. He likes his wins to come across easy. And, just save his effort for the next couple of Grand Prix. That's how he likes to do it. That's how he won the Season 2 championship, by the way. So really, NR stabilizing himself in today's Brazilian Grand Prix. This will definitely at least give him a shot at the Drivers' Championship. Like we said, Seafreeze is around 40 points ahead. I mean, yes, if he finishes second, that's a difference of, if I'm correct, 7 points? Yeah, 7 points. 7-point difference, around 40. Again, not much. Doesn't seem like much, but if he keeps it up on a weekly basis, towards the end of this thing, the gap between them should be around 10. That should be like in 3, 4, 5, 6 races. But again, we are headed to lap number 21. As time ticks on, let's talk about the fastest laps, because we haven't really talked about that much. So, no surprise, none other than NR himself, the man who has dominated this Grand Prix, has an 11-4. An 11-4 against a 12. Look at that. That is a second quicker than Seafreeze. And I look through the grid. Looks like the Haas is into the pits as well. That is Be Good Fever. I go through the rest of the grid. It looks like Challen and Seafreeze almost share an identical time. An almost identical time, however. Down in fourth place is Cam, 112.9. Another 112.9 here. So Cam and CDMC very close on pace. Then a 112.7 and a 112.1. So look at MRX's second fastest time on this circuit. Yeah, second fastest. There's a yellow in Sector 3. Let's check to see who it was. I don't think it's anyone we know of. It looks like Talon just passed someone, and it was a lapped car, I know. And I'm sorry if I'm, again, sounding sort of bland here. But again, this is what happens when you have single file racing. We have, again, if you have any questions about the race, about the league, about anything, comment down below, because we can freely answer those questions. But again, going through the grid, the fastest laps range from a 111.4, that's its peak that it gets at the fastest, down to a 114.4 of Carl. And again, a lot of these guys I remember back in, I would say, the dinosaur ages of league racing. Oh, I wouldn't say that. In my version of, the olden days, more like, almost 2 years ago in league racing. And F1 2015, those are the good days when I started league racing. Back in F1 2015, looks like MRX will come into the pits. He'll be another one to come in. Remember, he was an early bloomer to start pitting in this Grand Prix, so that means he's going to be the early one to start pitting again for the second time pitting, or the third stint that he has in store for himself. But yeah, like I say, the good old days when league racing on F1 2015. Now everyone's going to say, that game was terrible, blah, 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 and it was a terrible game. That's what made league racing fun. the quality of the game. If the game's good, then, I mean, you focus more on the game and not actually the racing. On F1 2015, I saw a lot of racing, actually. To be completely honest, but it looks like Talon and Seafreeze have reeled each other in. On board with Talon, let's see if he's going to make a move to attack. Down the straight, he'll have DRS, so does Be Good Fever, but down to the inside goes Talon. He's going to take second place from Seafreeze. Down to the inside, can Seafreeze hang the outside, but no, he clears him into turn 1. Turns 2 and 3 will hold its own self. Fastest lap for Motor City. Hold on, a 105. What the? He's not even in this race. Game, are you broken? Are you broken? I'm sorry. I'm not sure if you are fixed or not. But a 105 is... Oh, hold on a second. Slow car. Puncture is the craze. Looks like a rear right tire has gone up and pooped itself, and yeah, it's definitely done him a problem. He's pulling off to the side. I'm not sure if he retired or not, but this is something the craze did not want to see. Mercedes needed a good day in constructors, and now, again, something they did not want to see, especially the craze letting by lap cars after lap cars, and himself a lap car as well. But now Talon is ahead of Seafreeze once again. Looks like the lap car, Be Good Fever's trying to get around. Down to the inside, just backs off, just enough. But going to the rest of the grid, hold on. Around the outside goes Be Good Fever. He's looking to go to the inside. It's Seafreeze, a lap car, trying to go to the inside. Let's just pretend they're battling for third. Let's just pretend. And it looks like Be Good Fever takes third position. It's totally not a lap down. And man, I mean, the lap car putting on a fantastic fight. I haven't seen that in a long time. So again, he just passed Seafreeze. Looks like the craze is struggling to make it to that sign. I think we do have rain. Oh yeah, we do have rain, by the way. Just saying, we do have rain. I didn't even know we were gonna have rain. You can see on our screen, on the hood, there is rain on our screen, and the little bubbles, there is rain. So the question will be now for us to present, when will these drivers be pitting? We have just 12 laps to go in the Brazilian Grand Prix. That results in around 20 minutes. Around 20 minutes. So right now, NR holding his own pace, holding his own ground, making a statue for himself. That's how fast he is. Talon is second, third is Seafreeze, fourth is Cam, fifth is CDMC, sixth is Destiny, seventh is John, eighth is Camden, ninth is MRX. As he just got by Ishine. The craze is retired, by the way. Both these drivers missing the apex just goes to show how wet this track already is. But after that, there's Blaster Brennan in 11th. 12th is Carl. 13th. Or, by the way, Carl is Mr. Sensation. If anyone didn't know that. Let's see now. Be Good Fever has reeled in Talon, believe it or not. Kind of shows if Be Good Fever never got into a first lap incident. Kind of shows. Yeah, definitely shows what he could have been doing in this Grand Prix. Right now, he's on the back end of Talon. And now, if he passes Talon, this is really going to help Seafreeze reel in, but now down to the inside, he'll easily get the position as Talon, the lead lap car, lets him by. Yes, I'm saying that correctly. The lead lap car of Talon is let by the lap car of Be Good Fever by. As Be Good Fever and Seafreeze, as well as a 5-second stop and go. Entering the pits for what it could be their final run. Seafreeze will be putting on the intermediate tires. So does Camden Luca and Be Good Fever for their final stint of this Grand Prix. So right now, leading the way is NR, second is Talon, third is Cam, fourth is Seafreeze. It's going to be very close between him and the Renault, but off the pits. There's CDMC. You can see, I wouldn't say the smoke, you can definitely see it coming off on the tires there. The track is very wet. By now, the driver should be pitting. I'm surprised Talon and NR stayed out. They're going to have to pit this lap If they don't, I don't know what they're thinking. NR should be coming in. Yes, he is. Into the pits he goes. Will he make it under? Just enough, he should. You can see Talon locking up there. Just shows how... Here we go. DRS disabled. Here at Circuit Jose Carlos Pache. Or in Sao Paulo. Yellow in Sector 3. That is the Force India of John. Oh, and he's just... Oh, that's... Oh, that's unfortunate. We'll try and get him in the party. I'm not sure what that was just self-inflicting right there. Now Big Fever trying to pass CDMC. 5-second stop and go for Talon for speeding the pits. That's huge for him, as he was running in just second place. Seafreeze, remember, also has that penalty as well, so it doesn't really matter. But Talon is still in the pits as Seafreeze is already in turn number 2. Yeah, CDMC finally out of the pits. Talon had a little shake up. The two Renaults are holding each other up as you have to, do that stop and go as well. You have to keep that in mind. Destiny will put on these intermediate tires. I thought Destiny already pitted. I guess not, but Blaster Brendan's going to have to pit this time by. So does Motor City. Motor City should be putting on the intermediate tires. NR leads, but by how much? 21 seconds. Oh, he's in the safe zone for sure, unless he starts pushing for fastest lap. Then, he'd be a little crazy. But headed up the hill, lap number 28, about to be upon us. Just 9 laps to go today. And again, it's been a very good Grand Prix for NR and Ferrari. They've showed them who's boss, and they've definitely put on a good statue. As now pit stop phases are over. I'm going to invite John to the party. So I'm hoping John will be joining us for a little either questionnaire or commentary. We can do either one. Whoa, no, spinning. That's our race leader. We just mentioned it. Once you start pushing for fastest lap, we knew something was going to happen, and it looks like NR just bottled it there. He lost the back end. I've done that many times in career mode, actually. You run so wide, the back left tire slips onto the grass just enough for you to lose the back end and spin it all the way around into a 360. Or a 180, 180, because you'd be facing the wrong way, but he spun all the way back down to a 360. Looks like John actually isn't joining us. I'm going to invite him one more time. Okay. Just gonna send him one more invite. And definitely should be there. Hopefully he joins. If not, I will be frustrated at him like I was this morning. Looks like the craze left the session. We are down to 13 runners today in the Brazilian Grand Prix. Again, I really want to talk to John because I know this is one of his good tracks. He got pulled here in the first ever TCR event. And I expected more out of him today, but that retirement, it was just silly to see, for sure. Looks to be Cam is promoted to a podium position after this, the shake-up in the pits between Talon and CDMC. So looks to be Talon is working to get back ahead. I do know Cam, even though he's really aggressive. He doesn't really get that many penalties. Knowing Cam, he doesn't really get that many penalties. So definitely he is pushing through the field. There's Talon in 4th, 5th is CDMC. 6 is Destiny, however, he's trying to get by CDMC. So down the straight, no DRS, but he may be able to get it this time. Down the straight off 3. Headed into turn number 4. Single file, a little bump there, just a nudge, but still behind the Renault of CDMC, trying to inch his way inside the top 5. Luckily, none of these drivers made the same mistake. Hold on a second. He dives it down to the inside. He'll take 5th position easily against the Renault. I was going to say, luckily, neither of them made the same mistake NR did. where they ran wide in the corner and lost the back end. But now it looks to be Destiny is finally in the top 5 as Ishine has been rewarded a 3-second time penalty. He is back in 9th place after that lap 1 incident. Good job to him. I mean, he's really recovered himself again. Unlike Vegan Fever, I mean, back here, who's all the way. But, yeah, Ishine, I may have to give driver of the day. Definitely for not only surviving the race, but, you know, working his way inside the points. You know, there is a chance he could pass MRX as well. Let's actually look at the position stops. I mean, even though Ishine, let's say, lost 2 positions, he's still a good and possible candidate for driver of the day. It also could be CDM. No, I wouldn't say CDMC. Yeah, I mean, for CDMC, for me, driver of the day, it would have been to hang on against Destiny, but you know, he's struggling on the pace. I wouldn't say driver of the day for him. Maybe Cam. I would either say Cam or Ishine for driver of the day. Let us know in the comments down below who you think should be rewarded driver of the day, or you do hashtag DOTD and put in the driver's name. I'm gonna have to say Ishine. The lap 1 incident got himself involved, got collected, worked his way through the field, past cars left and right. Now he's running back in the 9th position. Remember, his car still has damage. You have to keep in mind, when you tap someone or when you bang into someone, your car does get some damage that you can't really repair. That's what they implemented on the game. Ishine went head on, at least 100 miles per hour into the wall with no safer barrier, without any barrier. Not only is he still racing, but he's running inside the points. So, sort of what I wouldn't say Lewis Hamilton did, but again, Lewis Hamilton in the Mexican Grand Prix, he persevered through the field with, you know, damage to his car and was able to get inside the top 10. You know, similar with them, they're both running in 9th position. Sort of a coincidence, I shall say not. We have 6 laps to go. I'm still going to have to put my money on Ishine for driver of the day, for sure. I'm hoping people agree with me. I gave my reason, and I'm hoping they agree as well. But it looks to be every single driver running the intermediate compound. That's because it is raining, but, you know, looks to be the rain isn't really shifting over to the position that I thought it'd be in. And I think John messaged me on Facebook, actually. I did hear my ding go off. It makes sense if it was him, but it looks to be a 3-second penalty for Destiny. And looking through the rest of the grid, NRC, Freeze, Cam, Talon, Destiny, CDMC, the other Cam, Cam Din, you have also MRX, Ishine, Blaster, Brennan, Vegan Fever. Oh, hold on. Losing the back end is Vegan Fever. There's Carl or Mr. Sensation and Motor City. That rounds out the top 13 in this field. So yeah, John messaged me. We'll have a little press release with John saying, I was on for a top 5 then, but I went to change traction for the wet, and my AI drove into the wall, wrecked at about 5 kilometers per hour, spewing. In quotation marks, by the way. That is exactly what John said, so luckily, we were able to get some sort of press release interview out of John. So that is what happened. So I think the thing with John is that he can't really race in the rain. I don't know how to, I mean, I do know how to race in the rain. I'm just 10 seconds off the pace. But again, many drivers usually switch, I mean, not every driver, but some drivers switch over traction controls from, let's say, either none to medium to race in the wet conditions. And that's what we tried doing, but his AI just took himself out. So, yeah, that's what happened with John. And that's the reason why we have 13 runners left in today's Brazilian Grand Prix in Trinity Competitive Racing. So again, we look through the rest of the grid. Another grid rundown. We have 4 laps to go today, if I do my math correctly. We have NRC, Freeze, Cam, Talon, Destiny, CDMC, Camden, MRX, Ishine, Blaster, Brennan, Vegan Fever, Carl, Mr. Sensation, and Motor City, rounding out the top 13 in today's Brazilian Grand Prix. I thought that, how fast was that? If anyone's watching, could you be able to time that? That'd sort of be funny to see, but take an onboard shot with NR. He's really been class act of the field today. I mean, despite taking or spinning himself out, you know, he's definitely had the pace to definitely to win this championship. Even though he's 40 points off the 40 points off of Seafreeze, who's leading it. If he attended every Grand Prix like Seafreeze, since it's his league, I think there would be a good battle in the championship between these all two greats in TCR, NR, and Seafreeze. Both of these drivers do have championships on their shoulders, by the way, if you didn't know. Seafreeze Season 1 champion, and Season 2 champion. Okay. And Season 2 champion, NR. So really, these two drivers do have an experience of, let's say, winning. And that's what they're doing right now, running 1-2, pulling away from the rest of the field. Cam is around 13.5 seconds behind. Again, I'm not sure if I'd rate him driver of the day. But something I will point out, look at the hood. It is not even raining anymore. You can see blue patches of sky right there. So DRS is enabled, and it looks like it could be time for dry conditions. Sort of reminiscent to the 2008 Brazilian Grand Prix, when it was, instead of, just inverse of when it started raining, now it's drying with the last 2 laps. Will we see a couple drivers pitting? It looks like Destiny's into the pits. He will be putting on these slick tires as he does a 5-second stop-go. Will we see drivers be pitting me? Oh, whoa, look at this. NR just sliding all over the race circuit. Will NR decide to stay out? That gap is diminishing. Seafreeze is reeling him in. Let's see if either one of these two will be pitting. This changes everything. MRX, Blaster, Brendan, they're pitting. As this track is now dry enough for slick racing. Looks like NR's into the pits. It looks like Seafreeze stays out. NR also has a 5-second stop and go. 2 laps to go. This changes everything. So down into the second to last lap of this Grand Prix. Man, this is really reminiscent of the 2008 Brazilian Grand Prix when it was cut down to the last couple of laps. Will Seafreeze be able to win? I think he could. I think Seafreeze could be able to win today. NR just gave up a win. I'm not sure what he was thinking. Nobody else followed him except the midfielders. Yeah, I'm not seeing Seafreeze pitting because then I'll just give the win to Cam. I don't know what he was thinking. He just gave up a win. What do you mean, Nick? Where's Nick? I have no clue what you mean by Nick. Riker, comment the PSN driver of the person that you know from the other league. That'd be nice to know. But Seafreeze is headed on to the final lap. I think Seafreeze is gonna win this race. I'm not sure what NR was thinking. Pushing on through, by goes Be Good Fever. And Seafreeze, if he was crazy, he'd pit this lap, and he's gonna pit. Nope, never mind. I thought he was. He tricked me. NR83, that's Nick. Yeah, NR is really fast. Looks like NR just got by Cam, so really, he's slicing his way through the field. 1 lap to go. Pressure's on Seafreeze. 1 mistake, and that could do it for the Grand Prix. Ishne's left the session. Maybe it stopped raining. Maybe a couple laps too late. Looks like the Williams just passed Steve. That is Destiny. Not Destiny, that is MRX. Just passed our race leader. The gap is diminishing. It was 17 seconds. It's almost down to 14. 3 seconds down in just 1 lap. If Seafreeze makes a mistake, it could cost him. But remember, both of these drivers do have penalties. You have to add on to the factor of that. But again, I don't know why NR pitted. I have no clue why. I would have just stayed out and, face the consequences. But looks like Destiny pushing his way back on through. He'll finally be back into the top 5. But Seafreeze will go to the final corner. Slowing on very slowly, struggling to keep the car in a straight line. It was 17 seconds, down to 7 seconds in just 1 lap. Seafreeze is going to hang on as he wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. It is down to 6 seconds as they cross the line. Can penalties add a favor to it? I don't think it will. 6.9, your winner is Seafreeze. Down in 3rd is Cam. Looks to be Good Fever pushing his way barely into the points. MRX gets by Ishne, who, left the session, by the way. Looks like there's a Ferrari. That is NR, frustrated, with the mistake he made. He dominated this race and decided to give it up in the last few laps. God, I had to sneeze. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry if, I ruined your headphones. Across the line, Destiny scores a P5, a momentous run back into the top 5. Camden Lucas struggling to keep the car going. He'll finish this race in 6th place. CDMC. Good 7th place. MRX runs out of fuel, but barely. Blaster Breton across the line. He'll get 9th place after a decent start. That'll finish out today's Brazilian Grand Prix at the circuit Jose Carlos Pache. That'll do it. As Seafreeze steals a win, he led the last 2 laps. One of them was the most important one. But here we go, our podium celebrations. The Red Bull driver winning again today. This time, he does it in a way where he didn't dominate, but a way to point out Seafreeze does it again. Your winner, Seafreeze 22, 2nd NR, and 3rd is Cam. All-American podium. And that'll go down in the record books for sure. There you go. So, your race results. Both leaders have 10-second penalties. I would have given Driver of the Day to Ishnay. I'm not exactly sure. For Ishnay, it was a DN. Oh, come on, Ishnay. I was going to give you Driver of the Day. Come on, Driver of the... I was going to give you Driver of the Day, Ishnay. Then you decide to frickin' retire on the last lap because you're too lazy to pick up another point. But here we go, your finishing results. Seafreeze, NR, Cam, Talon, Destiny, Camden, CDMC, MRX, Blaster, Brennan, Ishnay, Be Good Fever, Mr. Sensation, Pascal, Verline, John Dog, Lewis Hamilton, Danny Kvyat. That rounds out the grid. That's Truth. That's, who is it? That's a Craze. Sauber. That is, who was the Sauber? I have no clue. But our driver of the day, I'm gonna have to give it down to Cam, because one, Ishnay just took himself out of the running for driver of the day, but I'm gonna have to give it down to Cam. Worked hard through the field, and definitely one to point out. But that should be it. My name is Alan Cavagnaro. I do weekend commentaries of F1 2017 League races, and I will see you tomorrow for Apex Online Racing Season 14, round number 4, the Russian Grand Prix on my channel, and it should be. What time should it be? I don't know. Is it 4 p.m. Eastern? I don't know. We'll find out. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a safe night, and peace.